Yep, I love vlogging outside with you guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to be able to talk with you even though I'm officially not in the office right now. Quick tip from Rick coming up today, some beautiful rides, a quick email, but real fast, if you guys don't mind, I'm sorry. I have to maybe whine and share something with you. And I didn't even want to have this conversation with you, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I think that we need to just a little bit. And then maybe you'll see why I'm doing things a little bit differently in future vlogs. So the other day, a couple of vlogs in a row, we shared with you real-time changing information, basically talking about the 2020 and 2021 C8 Corvette. I didn't share everything that was given to me, not intel. And I told you guys, I'm here to help promote, inform, and share stuff with you guys. And I wanted to give you more realistic estimations as far as when the cars are going to be arrived, how things are being shifted around as far as build dates and things like that, startups of the new model year. So I got stuff from Chevrolet, I shared it with you right away, and I got nothing but brain damage. I mean, I basically got my ass chewed for sharing that because I wasn't supposed to. And here's how it started. I shared that information, and this is the great value of going first with that information. Whoopee! People said, well, wait a minute, this doesn't coincide with what my guy said, and this guy said, and that guy said, and the Corvette concierge said, Rick, you're wrong, and Rick said, and I got to Chevrolet, got to my boss, who's on his vacation, and called and ripped me a new one for sharing information that I really wasn't supposed to talk about. That eventually will be talked about. But because I was first and because Rick said, oh man, I'm telling you, and it's going to continue to change, guys. I'm telling you, and we said this in the videos, but nobody, you know, it's human nature, man. You see what you want to see, you hear what you want to hear. And I've told you guys countless times, this will be the last time that we talk about this, that as Bowling Green Assembly is going back to work, they're still trying to figure out what they can do, what they can't do. So you will see a shift on availability and dates and things like that. We expected that. So no reason to freak out, but people were freaking out because the Corvette concierge said da-da-da. And that's probably why, and I said that before too, that why we're not seeing the build week information, partly because of scheduling, but before all this stuff, people were seeing build weeks and all of a sudden it would alter. And hey, well, he got a red car built before my red car, and it just was endless. And everybody's calling all their Chevrolet contacts and they got sick and tired of hearing it. So what they do, click, 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 shut it all off. So now we're all kind of in the dark. So seeking information, the demand for this car, and I'm doing this a lot. See, this is why I don't want to do this. Do this a lot longer than I wanted to, but the demand for this car is real and it's huge. And you know what? And thank goodness I didn't share any of my predictions on some of the other data that I got in a recent Chevrolet memo. Some of my predictions that once again will come true, and my insight on availability and where we are at with this car, where you are at as a consumer and the potential to buy one and when. I'm not even going to talk about that now. Not even going to go there. So I'm shutting down just a little bit. I'm going to be handcuffed just a little bit because I don't need everybody calling all their friends at Chevrolet, Rick said, when all I'm trying to do is promote. I just want to sell cars, man, and have fun and tell your stories because I dig this car and I dig the people that I get to deal with. And 25 years in, I've tried so hard to earn the respect and the trust of the people on the team at Chevrolet and Corvette. And many I do have, some I don't, and I never will, and that's fine. You can't, in the big scheme of things, you can't make everybody happy. I mean, I guess back in the day, a year ago, if I really wanted to be an a-hole, I could have. But I've always respected the brand and the product. I had intel, pictures, data, all kinds of stuff before they acknowledged the mid-engine Corvette, before the reveal date was acknowledged. I could have shared and showed all that stuff. What did I tell you guys on the channel? I said that's not my place to do that. Let's sit back, let's allow Chevrolet the reveal, let's share it and talk about it once it becomes official. That's exactly what we've done. And there's a lot still to talk about, so I hope you do stay tuned to this channel. But looking for, yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm done with that, okay? I think you get the gist of it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm done. Although, yeah, I did get this text from one of the workers on the line at Bowling Green Assembly for Corvette, and it really meant a lot to me. So yes, I got to toot the horn and share this with you. It says, Rick, thank you to you and all the salesmen like yourself that believe in this beautiful car and sell this car to the customers. We greatly appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. Now that's somebody that gets it. And I know someone at the corporate level on Team Corvette gets what I've always tried to do for you folks here on the channel. This has been a great medium, a great outlet for me to be silly and have fun and promote this car, make an extra effort beyond many others that never will. You know the YouTube is another full-time job for me, my goodness, but I can't imagine not doing it. I love the connection with you folks, and I love sharing your stories. I love just talking about this car. Yeah, it's hot out here. So guys, I'm not a news agency. I pride myself on knowing my product and knowing this marketplace and able to predict the future for all of us. But things will be a little bit different going forward because I don't need, you know, he said, this guy said, Rick said, the concierge said, nah, screw it. Let's have fun. Let's talk about cars. I do apologize, but I had to get that off my chest so you get an idea of what goes on behind the scenes. And I really did get yelled, and there's no reason to get yelled at because the information I gave, like I said, was given to me and will be talked about in due time. And we're just trying to help. Just trying to help, so, all right. Somebody shut that Rick guy up. That's gonna be tough. Oh, man. All right, I got a nice email I want to share with you guys in just a moment before we do the ride segment, but right now, let's get into our quick tip from Rick. Let's talk about the C7 Corvette and a thing that you can add to the car that will totally change its look and personality. All right, I'm sorry guys, thanks for taking the time to listen to that and allow me to vent just a little bit so you get an idea of what is going on. I really care about you guys here on the channel, and for the folks that give me the opportunity to earn your business, I appreciate that too. All right, so let's talk about the hood stinger. I'd said before that there's a way that you could screw this up, and I've seen it happen two different ways. And this is not a GM accessory, but you can easily add it later. In fact, I'm going to give you some part numbers for Stingray, Grand Sport Z06, and ZR1 coming up here in just a moment. So here's a car. This is going to Ken, who now calls himself Corvette Ken in Washington State. Yellow Z06, and it has the carbon flash hood stinger. That's what we're going to be focusing and talking about today. I know there's some other things available for that area, but talking about that one because here's why. The metallic black or carbon flash, it matches that hood extractor vent. In fact, if we get close, can you see the metallic in that? Yeah, and it matches right up into the hood stinger decal. That is a decal. Folks think that that is painted on. So if you have a C7 Corvette and this is not added, you say, you know what, I want to add that. That changes the entire personality of this car. You can easily add it. Here's where people mess up. They get the decal, again, I'll give you the part numbers in just a moment, and they have somebody put it on, and what he does is he cuts it right here, and then guess what? Yeah, because you're on a yellow car, maybe a white car, red car, you're gonna have that color show through the stripe. Take the time, guys. Pull that hood extractor vent out. The decal kit is going to give you enough extra material to tuck down behind there, and you'll get a finished look. Basically, take the time to do it right. See what I mean? You can't see, this all looks like it's one piece. And that's why I was kind of bummed. The hood stinger area, GM did make available a few years into C7, the exposed carbon fiber hood stinger. In fact, I think I got one. Yeah, I do have one over there. I'll show you in just a second. But what they didn't do was make this vent available and exposed carbon fiber to match. Now, there's some aftermarket companies out there, and it's hard sometimes to match up the coloring of the carbon fiber and the pattern and what have you, so it just would have been nice to get it directly from Chevrolet. But here's how you mess up. Say you have a Grand Sport, which is essentially, from the outer shell, looks like a Z06 without the supercharger. But there's a difference in the hood. All right, now take a look at this Grand Sport. You guys notice any difference? Let me put up a comparison of a Z06 hood versus a Grand Sport hood. Now do you see the difference? Yes. It's right in the area of the hood stinger. The Z06 is wider. Here's that exposed carbon fiber I was telling you about. See that right there? Now that looks great. Then you come right into the black metallic, and it just just would have been nice to have this as exposed carbon fiber to match, you know what I mean? So back in the day when I ordered inventory for C7 Corvette, which I enjoyed doing so very much, I would have cars without the stinger stripe and some added with it. Had an opportunity to see what they look like. So here's a car without it. And when you add that, it just adds either, depending on the look you want, maybe a little more aggressive or meanness, but it does change the personality of the car. And I don't want you to think because you didn't order it with it on there that you couldn't add it later now. Because if you go to Chevrolet.com and you scroll down and you look at the accessories tab, you go to order that hood stinger and you're like, there's no part number for it. We're gonna give you those part numbers in just a moment. So here's the other thing that you can do when you screw up ordering that. Number one, we told you don't cut it on the car, not taking out the vent. You have that line there and it just looks horrible. Oh my gosh, it looks horrible. Here's the other thing. If you have a Grand Sport and you order the stinger stripe for a Z06, the stripe will be hanging over here. And I've seen some people put it on their car anyway. This groove right here is designed for just for aesthetics. I mean, you know, let's follow the contour. So the Z06 is much wider, but if you put a Z06 sticker on this Grand Sport car, a Stingray as well, it's not going to work. And that's what people miss. If you look at the Grand Sport, it has the same hood as a Stingray, although the body shell from the fenders and the rear quarters are that of a Z06. All right, you guys, I do appreciate you taking the time to watch it. I hope you enjoyed today's quick tip from Rick. Now, don't go anywhere. Get your pen and your paper ready. I'm going to give you the proper part numbers for the Carbon Flash Hood Stinger Decal for Stingray, Grand Sport, Z06, including the Jake Hood Stinger Decal, even for ZR1. That's where you get a little bit satin look of the Jake Hood Stinger on top of the Carbon Flash Hood Stinger. It is awesome. Check these out. Thanks for watching. Got a letter for you and some beautiful rides coming up in just a second. All right, you guys, coming up in just a moment, as always, at the end of every Tuesday upload this week, again, I've got some great looking Corvettes for you to sit back and enjoy. Thank you for taking the time to send those in, everybody. I do appreciate that. And thank you for this email I want to share with you guys. Now, I don't have a teleprompter, so forgive me, I'm not looking in the camera. Just let me share this with you, and we'll get on with the show. The email says, your video made my dad so very happy. Good morning, Mr. Conti. My name is Jenny Hogan. I'm a graduate student at OSU that lives in Upper Arlington, Ohio. You're probably wondering why I'm emailing you, but I'm currently quarantining with my 70-year-old father to help keep him safe during this difficult time. My dad's name is Dennis Hogan, and his biggest passion is Corvettes. During quarantine, he's been watching all of your videos on YouTube and will spend hours looking at the 2021 Corvette online that he plans to buy from you later this year. Recently, you uploaded a video where you feature other people's cars from across the country with their names and location. That's our ride segment that's coming up here in just a second. My dad was watching the video and found that you featured his silver 1966 Corvette on the video, and he's been so excited and happy ever since. I'm not even joking. He watches that video multiple times every day. It has made him so happy. I wanted to email you because Father's Day is coming up, and I would love to be able to do something for him that continues to make him really happy. Do you think that maybe you could send a shout out over email on Father's Day that I could show him? If not, I totally understand right now. Must be a very busy and stressful time for you as well. Thank you for what you do in making these amazing videos that bring joy to so many people across the country. Hope you have an amazing weekend. Jenny Hogan. Jenny, thank you so much. So a little shout out to you, Dennis. Thanks for watching the channel, man. I'll tell you what, but here's what I'm going to do for you when I get back from my staycation. I'm going to be sending you the 2020 Corvette brochure so you can get away from the tube a little bit. It's made a little old school right now and actually thumb through and read this brochure to get ready for your C8 Corvette. And those of you that, hey Rick, what about us? Those of you that have already taken delivery, I'm going to be sending those to you, and we will have a few that I have left to give away on the channel when I get back from my staycation. Thanks again, you guys. Oops. Blown all over the place there. Sorry about that. Thanks again, you guys. I really do appreciate the incredible support, the kind emails, and thanks again for sending in some great looking cars. Now, let's check out some of your beautiful rides. Thanks for watching.
I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you hindsight is fleeting, oh, and your heart's bleeding, and all you can see is red, till you discover it is within each other to forgive and make amends. If I had known then, or what I know now, I wouldn't have said what I said. I took the long road, thought I'd be better on my own. Sometimes what's right is wrong instead, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one, and I can't wait to see you again. Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait, I can't wait, 'cause I was too young, and I didn't understand that you were the one.